So I want to talk a little bit about making thumb screws. So I'm not going to pretend that I couldn't afford to go to the store and buy some 3/8 thumb screws. However, this is a perfectly serviceable thumb screw. It's made from a 1/2-inch washer. This all thread has been, I don't know if you can tell, the all thread has been slotted so that the washer can fit up inside there. So slot the all thread, cut the washer where it has a 3/8 channel, slide them together. Here's one slid together. I got it a fairly tight fit, so it's kind of stuck there. And then do a little bit of welding just on one side. Like I say, I'm sure thumb screws are cheap. If it's going to be exposed somewhere, then you probably would want to actually buy a decent looking thumb screw. This is not going to be exposed, and it turns out that I have a ton of 3/8 all thread and 1/2-inch washers I have plenty of, so I chose to whip up my own. There you go. While we're at it, let's talk about grinding threads so that something will start in a nut. If you're like me, you've probably cut off an awful lot of bolts with a hacksaw and had a problem. So here's the deal. A thread is an inclined ramp going around a circle. In order to start on a nut, it just needs a clean entrance to that ramp. So I can tell by looking, perhaps you can tell by looking, that this one's not going to have any trouble starting. The time it would have a problem starting, if I come over here, is if I were to see where, if the camera can see this. If I were to bend that thread inward right there, hit it real hard with a hammer, and bend it down so that the entrance to the ramp has been cut off. So let's try that. I have pounded the threads on this such that the entrance to the ramp is closed. So now how do I fix it? I can buy one of those fancy cone things that's going around Facebook. There, you cuts a cone off on it. Or I can just take the grinder and just carefully grind off just the parts that are blocking the entrance to the thread channel. So there you can see that I have ground off just the threads, just the metal that was blocking the access to the channel. And as such, a nut starts without the slightest difficulty. It's really not that hard. Look at the end of the thread channel, see if anything is blocking something getting into that groove. If it is, knock it off.